Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the M44, the Tier 6 American SPG, located on the north spawn of Serene Coast and under the command of my Sakurajima. Now I have an apology to make because I thought Mai sounded like a female name, and in the last replay, which was in the Super Conqueror, I called Mai a female. Well, I used the female pronouns. No, I'm afraid he's a guy, and I really screwed this up, so I do apologise to Mai. My mistake. He's got a 3 marked M44, and I think that's a maple leaf on the side of the vehicle, so he's probably Canadian. How could I make such a big mistake? Well, I'm sorry, but I just didn't know that Mai was a male name rather than a female, but there you go. I got it wrong. Anyway, it's a rather unusual firing position, but Mai is rather an expert with the M44, and let's see what he gets up to. Well, Type 64 fires a rounding, bit of a snapshot. I think he actually misfired there, and the shell went into the pass instead of hitting the Type. Now the book reload for this Arty is 19.08 seconds. He's managed to get it down to 16.08 seconds. And he's now firing over to the west side of the map because he lost sight of the Type. Looking for a target. There's one down in the dip. And I think he's actually going to home in on that eventually. Oh! VK3001P. Now a heavy tank. Direct hit. 203 hit points. It's a 2.6 second flight time for the shell from where he is on that little peninsula all the way out to the west side of the map. And he's loaded. Rounds out straight away. And another direct hit, this time on the turret of the VK. That's a 30-ton tank, that one. That's why it says VK30. VK means it's experimental. Oh, and a splash kill on the Cromwell. Okay, we've got a T-3485M trying to come around that corner, and I think there's a bunch of other tanks with him. Sherman Jumbo's trying to fend off the corner, but he's not doing it at a very good angle, and as a consequence, the Type is getting, the C-34 is getting shots onto him. It's a Type 58 there now. And he's just taken around from one of the other Arties, and the Sherman Jumbo finishes him off. Here comes the IKV-65 too, though. Drives straight around the corner, tries to shoot the Sherman Jumbo in the face, but he actually gets assaulted from behind because there's a Easy 8 there, as well as a T-21 and a T-3485M. Rounds out the Easy 8. Oh, it hit the rear, and it set him alight. And if you're wondering about that clicking noise, yes, it's a mod problem that we've had ever since we installed the sound mod. Never been able to get rid of it. Tried very hard. Can't get rid of it, so I'm afraid every time damage is done to the enemy tank, you hear a click, which somebody has likened to a Rolodex being turned. It does sound like a Rolodex, actually. And the P-43 is killed before the shell's fired. Now aiming for the T-21, the shell lands just behind the building, but it doesn't appear to damage him. We're now aiming to the south because we've wiped out most of the tanks in the north. There's only that T-21, and it looks like our Panzer IV Schmalten managed to get him. So we're now looking for the Type 64, the VK3001P, and 3 Arty. And there's the Type. Okay, Mai lines it up, rounds out. This should hit him. In fact, it's a kill shot. And there goes the VK, which means now there's only 3 Arties left to kill. Two of those are M44s. Another one is an AMX-13 F3. There's the M44. Rounds out. Shell arrives a little late. There's the other one. He's still stationary. He's probably taking a shot. But he's killed before he can finish his shot. There goes the other one, which just leaves that AMX-13 F3. And we just need to know where he is to put a shell onto him. There he is. Rounds out straight away, and Well, the shell landed next to him, but the kill shot comes in from the box tank who was nearby, and that is the end of the game. So a very good game. Now let's have a look at the second battle. And here's the next recording, and this time round we're on Berlin. Game started.
Thanks a lot.
Well, the M44 is actually based on the Walker Bulldog hulls, so it's actually fairly fast. 56.3 kilometers an hour is the maximum speed. It's not the only Arty that was actually designed and based on the Walker Bulldog hull. They actually made another Arty, the M52, and that T-3485M is not going to get a high caliber now because he just shot his teammate in the rear. And if you shoot your teammates in the rear, you're disqualified from getting a high caliber. It's automatic. They left that one in, even though you can't do team damage anymore. The moment you hit your teammate accidentally or otherwise, I'm afraid that's it. No more high caliber medal. You're disqualified. You don't get one. Even if you do the most damage in the game, you still won't get it. But we've seen this so often on our channel that we've actually made a point of showing this to other people to say, look, this is a reason why you shouldn't shoot your teammates. You're going to miss out on medals. Mai's taken a position way down in the south for his 3 marked M44, and with good reasons, so he can get lots of damage on the enemy tanks. It's a bit more difficult to do it from this angle because the buildings get in the way. He's lining up a shot in the A20. Rounds out. Lands right next door to him, 69. Most people, when they're playing Arty on this map, tend to prefer the higher positions in the O-line or the 1 line, shooting at the enemy tanks that are in the middle of the map, because of course they can then slot the shots between the buildings. But it is possible to actually get damage on the enemy tanks from a long way away, and you can see Mai's doing that slowly but steadily. Going for the TOG 2 now. I'm lost sight of him temporarily. There he is. Make very big targets, TOGs. Rounds out. Direct hit on his rear for 174. I think a lot of people don't appreciate that Arty does have quite a long flight time for the shells to reach the target. At the moment it's 3 seconds from the moment Mai fires to the shell landing on the target. And that 3 seconds, a lot can happen. One of the reasons why I started saying rounds out was to actually point out that, yep, you can fire a shell and you may not know that the shell is in the air, but it does take a long time to get there. And when it finally does arrive, well, it's quite a surprise sometimes. That AMX ELC is getting rather close. He's in that dip at the moment, but Mai's trying to line up a shot on him. Rounds out. That was close. Yes, he is very close. And in fact, there's a Type T-34, the Type Tier 5 Chinese medium, getting close as well. Oh, we've got a red line there. Something is blocking our shot. It might be the tank that's directly ahead of us. Rounds out. Direct hit straight away. Yeah, that Skoda T-24 might be getting in the way of some of our shots. And it's not wise to actually shoot too close to your own teammates, because if the RNG makes the shell go to the left or to the right, you might accidentally hit your own teammate in the process, and of course then auto disqualify yourself from that high caliber. It's quite amusing as a tank driver, or rather as an Arty player in a tank, to actually watch these shells, these Arty shells, arcing through the sky towards the enemy. And in fact, actually, that Type T-34 is way too close now. And although you spotted this AMX-13AM over on the other side of the battlefield, rounds out and he gets a hit, it might be time for him to retreat and move, because if he stays where he is, he might be in danger. can see on the mini-map where the enemy is. Direct hit into the rear of the OI. You can see where the Arty rounds have hit. That guy's a one-shot now. One more round. He's about to shoot. Rounds out straight away. Oh, it overshot! RNG made the shell go long, and he missed the OI altogether, and we've lost the KV2 as a result. He's about to shoot again, but I think that OI might get round the corner before he arrives. Rounds out on the Matilda. Direct hit. Lost sight of the Matilda, but he definitely got a hit on him. So we're definitely getting more damage than the previous battle. That only lasted 4 minutes. This battle, yep, it's already gone longer than that 4 minutes. A near miss on the Valiant. Tracks him. He's taking damage, so he's getting damage assist. Again, he's getting red line, but I think this time round it's not the vehicles that are getting in the way, it's the terrain. He's desperately trying to line up a shot. He fires blind, and he killed the Valiant. The shell hit the Valiant and wiped him out. The enemy's now pushing towards our Arty, and yes, we have been spotted, and it's this guy, the IKV, and we're almost loaded. And he shotguns him at very close range. Now, there are 2 enemy RTs still in the game. One's an M41 HMC, the other one's an AMX-13AM. We've hit the 13AM. He's auto-aiming, well, he's auto-aiming onto that guy. He hit the KV1, and the KV1's gone. And now we've got another one getting in. It's the T-3485. He's auto-aimed onto him as well. It's close range stuff. Arty rounds might be inbound. In fact, he's changed aim because he's now going to go for the T-34 up in the north. Both our Arty are still there. Rounds out on him. Moves position. Killed the T-34. Saved one of his Arty teammates, but the OI is still going in. Need to get around on that OI. He's moving, he's adjusting his aim. Lining it up. And rounds out. Long flight time. Kill shot. Saved both his teammates in the Arty. Okay, there's the TOG. He's a 2-shot, I think. The SU-100 is capping. I go for the TOG. It's a much easier kill, but rounds out the SU-100. Direct hit. 281. Potential high caliber now. I don't think that SU-100 can see him from that position, so I think he's fairly safe. But he must be in that corner. He fires around in blind. It could be that he's actually behind the supports of the building in the right stack there. That is the right stack. Fires another one blind. No, didn't get anything. Need somebody to get up there and spot. It's the SU-85 who's going. At the moment, Arty can only blind fire. In fact, somebody got a shot in there. I think somebody hit the SU-100. Either that or the SU-100 has decided to leave the cap. And he's gone back in again. And in fact, actually, it wasn't him. It was the TOG who went in. And he's out the game. I think, actually, the SU-100 was killed. And that's why he stopped capping. Well, that means there's only 2 enemies left. The M41 HMC and the Matilda Black Prince. And Mai has thrown caution to the wind. He's going to move in and try and get a shotgun. Or get a new position so he can shoot at that Matilda. He's hit that Matilda before. That was the one he got a blind shot on. And he's been spotted by somebody, and it was the Matilda. Needs to get behind this support. He can shoot over this now, and I don't think the Matilda can hit him, but he can hit the Matilda. Lines him up. And yes, takes him out. So that's his Top Gun. There's only 1 enemy left. Now, we've never seen the M41 HMC. He's been hiding, so I suspect he's somewhere in the northwest corner of the map, and that's where other people are pinging. They think he's over there as well. Mine's decided to drive over there rather than, or at least get closer, so he can get a quicker shot on target. The Chaffee's going in for a look-see, see if he can locate where the enemy is. We can see Arty rounds going into that corner. We are capping. There's the M41. Rounds out. Direct hit. Wipes him out. The Chaffee will pick up the spotting, but Mai picks up the kill, so it's 7 kills for Mai. Very well done indeed. And here's the end of battle results for the first game. It was a third-class tanker for Mai Sakurajima in the M44. He got an arsonist because he set light to one of the enemies. That was the... which one was it? I think, was it Type 34? That's actually, it doesn't say which one it was. I think that it would probably have been the... That was a shot. That was a shot. And that was a fire. It was the Easy 8. That's the one he set fire to and was killed by fire. He also managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, and he got 11 in this one. And a win rate of 4,027, which is Super Unicum standard. Let's have a look at team score. Well, funnily enough, he did come highest on damage, but he just didn't get 20% of the enemy hit pool, and that's why he missed out on the high caliber. The SU-100 got a Pascucci's medal for killing 2 enemy RT. He got 1,294, so 1,752 for Mai, 1,294 for the box tank, and 1,256 for the other M44 weak metal. When it came to kills, again he's got the highest with 3, alongside the Firefly 5C got 3 as well, and then 2 kills for the box tank, the Sherman Jumbo, and the M44 on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, actually he didn't get top. In this one it was the Cromwell B, got 790, the Sherman Jumbo got 759, and mine managed to get 710. He fired 12 rounds in that game, got 4 direct hits and 1 penetration, 7 splash. Damage of 1,752 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 3, and did 366 hit points of stun assist of 4 stuns. On a free-to-play account, he earned 23,329 credits, got 11,665 from personal reserves and 7,699 from holiday ops, total of 42,693 credits, and after resupply of ammunition and consumables, he still took away a profit of 16,633 credits. He received 710 base XP, times 5 for the first victory on this occasion, another 710 from personal reserves, and took away 4,260 experience points altogether. And he says, more bonk bonk with with me M44. Well, very good game actually, and it was just over so quickly because the rest of his team were actually quite efficient. If you look at the scores, you can see quite a few of them actually managed to get above 1,000 hit points in damage. Nobody on the enemy team managed to do the same, so that's why it was over so quickly. The battle only lasted 4 minutes 53 seconds, so that's why he couldn't get any other medals. Simply it was just over too quick. And if we look at the second battle, that was the one on Berlin, and yes, that was an ace tanker game, and you saw quite a few shotguns on that one as well, close range. He got an ace tanker, a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, he got 17, a gauze medal for doing more damage than 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle, high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and finally a top gun for getting at least 6 kills. He actually got 7, one short of getting a Radley's, and he would have got it if there was another enemy tank out there to kill, but there wasn't, I'm afraid. His win rate from this one was much better, 12,424, which is what you'd expect from somebody with 3 marks on their barrel, because they've obviously aced it enough times to perfect their ability in this tank. And even though he actually did get hit by one of the enemy tanks, he got hit by the Matilda Black Prince, he still managed to do a hell of a lot of damage with his Arty. Let's have a look at team score. 3,356 hit points of damage. The next high scorer, didn't have anywhere near as much. That was the Chaffee with 1,945, followed by the KV2, 1,318. When it came to kills, again, nobody could touch him. 7 kills, 4 kills to the Chaffee, and only 3 members of the enemy team managed to get more than 1 kill, and that was the Matilda Black Prince, the OI, and the T-3485M. And when it came to base XP, yes, he's top in all 3 columns. 1,351 base to mine, 1,160 to the Chaffee, and those were the only 2 players who managed to get over 1,000. The next highest player was the KB2, and he only got 633, which is, well, less than half of my score. So very well played indeed. Let's have a look at the detail report. 25 shots fired in this one, 16 direct hits, 2 penetrations on the enemy, 19 splashes, damage of 3,356 hit points, of which 2,581 were at more than 300 meters. So you can see there was nearly 800 hit points of damage done at close range, at closer than 300, some of it right in the face of the enemy. That IKV-65-2 was only a few yards away when he was taken out with a shot to the face. 2 hits received from the enemy, both were penetrations, I'm afraid, and 1 hit by way of splash damage. He damaged 12 of the enemy, killed 7, so there was only 3 enemy tanks he didn't touch in the entire game, but he hit the rest of them. 694 hit points of stun assist off 13 stuns, and he managed to get 19 defense points on the cap when he reset the SU-100. On a free-to-play account, again, he earned 38,942 credits, got 19,471 from personal reserves, and 12,851 from holiday ops, total of 71,264 credits. And after repair, ammunition, respawn, and consumables, he still took away 37,673 credits on a free-to-play account. That's a huge total for a free-to-play. It really is. 1,351 base XP. Same again from personal reserves, took away 2,702 experience points altogether. Again, more bonk bonk with his M44, but he does it so well. Well, you'd expect that. He's got 3 marks. He practices this tank. He knows how to handle it. This Arty is bread and butter to him. It makes credits, hands over fist for him, and gets him great results like this. So, if you enjoyed this replay of this video, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a comment down below because it feeds the algorithm and gets other people to watch this video and also watch your videos whenever they come up. And thank you for watching.